It is a very special kind of season here in the Valley of the Sun. And I'm not talking about holiday season or elk season or duck season or quail season. It's snowbird season. That's right. It is snowbird season. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Mike Russell. I'm your host. This is in other news. It's weird in states like mine. And if you're from outside the state, welcome. This is that right there is the Arizona state flag. But everything in probably from October to March in Arizona slows down by about a factor of 5. And it isn't because we're just down home folk and we just, we're just we're just kind of hanging out and we're just good people and we really don't have really anywhere to go. No, that's not why it is. Snowbird season is the season where all of the to home folks that have a home in maybe like Chicago or Minnesota, they come here for the winter months. Snowbirds. Now, these snowbirds migrate to Arizona each and every year and literally slow down the entire state by a factor of 5. I am telling you, driving, forget about it. Don't even start. Just driving, I have no idea the traffic laws in other states are so different than they are here in Arizona. Just this morning, I was driving in a man just in a very large Lincoln. You know where I'm going with this. Just started slowing down in a 45 so he could make an illegal U-turn right in the middle of the street. I'm laying on the horn just to let him know. I mean, it's not going to stop him doing what he's doing. I'm just like, bro, you literally have 18 cars back here stopped so you can do this illegal U-turn in the middle of the road. And I sure schnitzel. I look at the guy just, gonna go this way. If we went the wrong way, I'm gonna turn around. Oblivious to everything going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see, Rhonda. Yeah, and not all of them are terrible, but your mom and her husband are probably terrible. I kid because I love. The God bless anyone who has to get groceries in a hurry, because in Arizona during snowbird season, it is the worst if you just want to grab a couple things and go hit that self-checkout. That self-checkout is the slowest thing you can possibly do during snowbird season, because inevitably the snowbirds go to self-checkout because they've only got, 10, 12 things. So they can just quick, kind of zip through this thing. They have all vegetables or whatever, and they have to weigh everything and find it on the keypad. So finding it on the keypad requires staff to come over. I need some help, Shani. Staff comes over, and they work it through. They work it through together, okay? Snowbirds, the people in the grocery store with those little tags on, those little name tags on there, that are standing under a lit-up number that have maybe a little bit of a line in there and a little conveyor belt, those people are for you. Then they get all of their groceries, and they're all checked in. It's time to check out. Inevitably, reaches into the purse for her coin purse. I think I have exact change. Meanwhile, I've got 4 frozen things in my hand, and I can't feel my hands because I just ran in and ran, zip, 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 zip in, zip out. I'm just going to put the quarter into there. Just got another quarter into there. Last week, not lying, someone asked the person, kind of the attendant in that area, if she could write a check. Done. I don't even if I need something in a pinch, I don't care. I'm going to look for an alternative. I'm not going to the grocery store unless I'm ordering online and they bring it out to me. I'm not dealing with snowbirds anymore. I have to deal with them on the road. Why do I have to deal with them in the grocery store? Oh, I have a coupon. That's what the other people are for. Yes. Why do you loathe self-checkout? Who loathes self-checkout? Self-checkout is zip in, zip out, get gone. Do it. I love self-checkout. And I'll tell you one of the main reasons why I love self-checkout. I don't go to self-checkout when I got something I got to get carded for, because now they, instead of looking at me and saying, yeah, here's a 50-year-old man, They look at me and they're like, "Can I get your date of birth?" And now they have to enter it in. I'm like, I'm not even dealing with that. Or if I have some, I've got to weigh. Like I have like apples or something like that, because inevitably there's 18 different kinds of apples. I don't know what kind of apples I got. They got the red apples. It's kind of got red. Where's red apple on here? So I leave it up to the pros. But the self-checkout, I think it is a product of our union system. It's a product of our fair wage system, where we have run up the prices on so many business owners as far as employment insurance, red tape, all that stuff. If they can have their customers do it for them, boom. I think there's some around the country, there's some Whole Foods that's owned by Amazon that you just roll in there with your Amazon Prime account and you just like boop, 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 charges it right to your Amazon Prime account and you go. I think that's fantastic. Yeah. Wait a second. Wait. Only time I hate self-checkout is when someone has 25 items or more. I'm like, I mean, seriously, there are trained professionals like 10 feet away from here that can just get you done, dude. Like, just get all your stuff done in about the time that I could check out 4 or 5 items. But that's just it. But it comes down to, if you can automate it now, do it as a small business owner. And why is that? Because of this, this nonsensical, we need a living wage and we flip burgers, therefore we need $20 an hour, they say in California. Now fast food in California is insanely expensive, and there's nothing fast about the fast food. Nothing. I forget where Queen Bee and I were. Where were we? We were driving somewhere. I don't know where we're driving. Had a couple of the offspring with us. And we stopped they want to stop at Taco Bell or McDonald's. I really don't remember which one. And there was no staff there at all except to bring out your food. You just went and just push the kiosk. Just push the kiosk, push the buttons. Yeah. Look, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it is a result of something that is very easy to point to and say, there you go. Just like everything slowing down in Arizona, it's easy to point to snowbirds. Oh, man. The insane minimum wage has really pushed, teens out of having a first job. I agree with that, Rhonda. And by the way, Rhonda's Random Thoughts, do not this weekend for your viewing and listening pleasure. A wonderful series out, 8-part series. About 3 hours it'll take you to get through it. About the first woman who's put to death in the United States for her role in the assassination of President Lincoln. So how about that? Okay, so check that out, and please get to it. Get over to Rhonda's Random Thoughts and like and subscribe. Follow along. Share it with all your friends. Self-checkout is literally toxic to your health. It's toxic to your health in my anxiety. The anxiety that I actually see a therapist for. I'm telling you, I'm like, I think last time I was in, I verbally said something like, "Oh, come on, like really." I'm not kidding. So what happened last night was, oh, come on. There was a snowbird. Come on. They stick out like sore thumbs. There's a snowbird in there. And paying cash, of course, at self-checkout. So paying cash, so we'll put the dollars in there. The change did not dispense, just a change. It was 28 cents. I know this because he was hollering about it. Dude was almost about to take the machine apart. He's down there inspecting it and seeing if his change would come out and tapping the thing. And this, I'm like, bro, this is for speed. This is the speed lane. This is the left-hand lane. But then again, telling the left-hand lane is to go fast to a snowbird, wasting your breath. Okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm going to get my, yes, I'm sorry, Ron's Random Thoughts on YouTube. I apologize. Yes, and by the way, hearing all this nonsensical garbage that we hear from the union loving left, and it is unions. If you like a 40-hour work week, you think a union. If you like overtime pay, you think a union. No. All of the majority of the concepts that unions take credit for were brought to you by Ford, by Henry Ford. And Henry Ford literally said they were benefits. There were benefits to come work for my company. There are benefits to not go work across the street at the steel mill. There are benefits to putting cars together right here in this factory. There's benefits once you come. That's where we get benefits from. That's why I hear all this garbage about about, oh, this is a right, and healthcare is a right, and all insurance, all companies should pay healthcare. No, they shouldn't. Because people that aren't, the companies aren't giving healthcare, guess what? They probably don't have the best of employees. Best of employees want to go get healthcare. You have a bigger pool to choose from because people are showing up at your door. Showing up at your door. Man, things, I agree. Unions have served their purpose. Absolutely. They have. And yes, Lynn, self-checkout is just dirty. Anything's just dirty. Anything. I like it. Just remember all the crap we had to go through on COVID when they put like the little plastic things on top of the keypads on the little debit things. And I'm like, wait a second. Why is there a plastic thing here? Opposed to just a plastic button? Because if I touch the plastic, 19 people have already touched it before me. If I touch the number on here without the plastic cover, it's still 19 people. Oh, you guys are idiots. Yeah, and then the plexiglass that saved the checkout worker, the employee that was checking people out, the plexiglass. Whew. Lifesaver. Let me tell you that much. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, snowbirds. Tonight is a big night for me. I love fighting. Queen Bee loves fights. We love boxing. It's really, really cool. There are 6 undercards for tonight's fight. 3 of those, I believe, are championship fights, title fights. So it's going to be good, and including 3 belts up for grabs, 1 fight, 2 females. It's pretty cool. I'm just hoping it's not like the stupid Olympics where it's some genetic male out there just beating the garbage out of a genetic female. I hope that's not the case, but I'm excited about boxing tonight. I think tonight is a big night for boxing. Whether you think it's set up, whether you think whatever it is Jake Paul, former just YouTube superstar, still YouTube superstar. He was one of the OGs. Him and his brother were the OGs when it came to like influencers online on Instagram. I got to tell you, I'm telling you, I got Tyson on this one. Tyson's 58 years old. Don't care. Do not care. Jake Paul has beat some decent boxers, no contenders or anything like that. He hasn't had a title fight. So it's basically just for show. He's a for-show boxer. But here's the deal. I'm going to say this. He's a hell of a lot better boxer than I am. So anyone out there bagging on Jake Paul, saying that, oh, he's just a showboater, things like that. A, that's his brand. B, he's a better boxer than you are. He has become a good boxer, decent boxer in that rank, a decent boxer. Iron Mike for the win, Robert. You're darn right. Tyson slapping him was hilarious. And it's funny that Jake Paul at the end, he was like, oh yeah, my mom slaps harder than him, all this funny stuff. He doesn't understand that, okay, you can take a Mike Tyson slap. That's good. And he was laughing like, let's go. That guy can't even hit. You can take a Mike Tyson slap. That's fine. But then you take a Mike Tyson punch, then because it's slap and then just kind of be done with it. It's saying slap and be done with it. Mike Tyson, it's slap, pop, 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 pop. There's about 8 more punches coming. You don't even know where they came from. That dude is lightning quick. It's going to be interesting. But it does look like it, Truman. Yeah, it looks like Tyson should absolutely recommend the training videos. But this doesn't come down to hand speed or technique. This comes down to just a raw boxing talent, and that the boxing world has never seen someone like Mike Tyson, and probably never will see someone like Mike Tyson. Mayweather was just a run around the ring chump. He had a lot of technical skill. He could score points when he needed. He was calculating the points in his head. He knew when he won around, and he just run around. That's what we call one around, run around. Yeah, that's hard to say. That's going to be part of my pre-show warm-up. One around, run around. Yes. What's up, Greg? But yeah, that's how it was. No one has seen someone like Iron Mike. No one. I mean, we weren't even feeling gypped when we paid. Remember, we had to pay $50 for a pay-per-view back in the good old days. 90 seconds. We weren't even mad. We're like, damn, what did we just watch? That's like watching a train wreck and going, yeah, gee, I wish it just took a lot longer because that was fun to watch. No, you're like, and that's the way we were. Mike Tyson has said several times, and honestly, Mike Tyson is not a liar. Mike Tyson just says what's on his mind. Mike Tyson said he wants to die in the boxing ring. He said, I want to die out here, die in some hospital. He doesn't want to die in the hospital. I want to die in the ring. He wants to die in the ring. You don't get in a ring with a dude who wants to die in the ring. You don't. Because he's going to take everything you throw at him. And that guy he just has a different mindset. I'm out to destroy you. We're not friends. We can, whatever. We can do press conferences and all that, but I will destroy you. And that hand slap was just, it was classic Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson doesn't think through things. He reacts, and he's a fighter, and that's all he is. He's an angry pit bull that I want to hang out with desperately. God, I would love to talk to Iron Mike. Let me tell you. Oh, great. Come on, man. It's on Netflix. Free 99 on Netflix. I'm very happy to have Netflix. So, yeah, very, very excited to have Netflix, and oh, man. Netflix is going to make $1 bazillion on this. It's going to be fun. Paul stepped on his foot. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey. It's because Paul came at him any way, shape, fashion, or form. Doesn't matter. But Mike Tyson's instinct is to hurt you. If Mike is at all set off or set on edge or set on his heels, he will just hurt you. That's just his MO. I'm just gonna hurt you. Now he's gonna have to pay the consequences, says Mike Tyson. Yeah. Disrespect deserves an immediate response. Robbie, you're damn right. Yeah. Okay. Disrespect me. But here, us, you and I might say something like, oh, okay, do disrespect me. Wait till tomorrow night, champ. Wait till tomorrow night. You keep disrespecting me. That's fine. You disrespect me, step on my foot? Okay. Mike doesn't think that way. Mike Tyson does not think that way. Mike Tyson will literally hurt you just because. Doesn't matter who you are. Literally, President Trump could be there and step on his toe, and he'd try to knock Trump out. Like, it's instinct to him. And Jake Paul has no idea what he's getting involved in. He has no idea. Yeah. Yeah, the odds of Vegas, actually, Tyson's the underdog. Tyson's solid underdog. Go to DraftKings and find out what it is. I was about to pull it up. I got to do the password and all that nonsense. But I think I think it is minus 170 Jake Paul. So we'll see. Captain Nuge is all about Paul. He's like, oh, Dad, bring him money to fight. Bring him money to fight. I'm like, well, you better hope Queen Bee's taking bets. I mean, okay, bring him money. Who's going to bet? I'll bet him. I had 20 on Tyson with Captain Nuge. That's about as far as I'm going to go. But here's my problem with this. Knowing what we know as Gen X, knowing what we know of Mike Tyson, because we grew up with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is relatively our age, probably high end of our age. And I got to tell you, we grew up watching him. We grew up hearing about him, biting ears off and this kind of thing, Holyfield. Roy Jones Jr. actually fought him in an exhibition a while back. Roy Jones Jr. said, I forgot. As a matter of fact, he goes, I didn't even know how fast he is. He goes, first time he hit me in the chest, felt like somebody kicked me hit me with a truck. And they just keep coming. The fists just keep coming. Anyway, but those of us that know that this shouldn't even be a contest. This shouldn't even be close. This should just be absolute crush. And I mean crush Jake Paul. But the odds are in Jake Paul's favor, which is weird. 1, 2, do we believe anything anymore? Like, if we knew this was just a Netflix for funsies and Netflix is going to make a bunch of money and Tyson knows he's going to go down in the 5th round or something like that. Like Marcellus Wallace said, you feel that sting? That's pride, right? Let's go down. You go down in the 5th. Say it. Telling you. I won't be surprised by any of the outcomes, because if he just destroys Jake Paul, that makes sense. If Jake Paul beats him or knocks him out, that doesn't. Okay. Fix is in. I mean, look at Iron Mike. Iron Mike's had a tough life. Iron Mike did the Hangover movies to support his cocaine habit. That's from an interview with Mike Tyson. That's what he did. So he might be doing this for a payday. I have no idea. What I think an X factor is, he said this. It was one of the most endearing things I've heard him say. He's a simple human. He was asked about his family being ringside. His entire family's going to be there. He said, before this, he said, to my kids, I'm nothing. I'm dad. He said, tonight, or he said, in a few nights, he goes, they're going to see their dad as special. And if you have a man in there fighting to show his kids that he's special and beat the living snot out of somebody that his kids probably follow on YouTube, follow on all the antics. Telling you. Yeah. Yes. Hey, what's wrong? Hey, there's nothing wrong with his face tattoos. I'm depressed. My tattoo artist just moved to Maine. The hell is that? Like, you got to keep the system going here. You got to keep the consistency going. I wanted your brand. I wanted your art on me, and that's what I want, more your art. I don't want someone else's art on there. I in a damn museum. I'm one piece. Got to scoot soon. Oh, yeah, all right. Okay. Oh, check that out. All right, let's go check it out. Here we go. All right, everybody. All right, there you go. Continue Mission Radio, 8 p.m. Arizona time. Link on Facebook page. Gregory Meekin. Go check it out. Go check that out. Where in Maine? Hell if I know. He just went to Maine. He was right up the road in the West Valley here. I just drove right to him. Now he's in Maine, so I just assumed Maine. That's like somebody say, "Oh, I'm from Texas." Oh, do you know Steve? Yeah, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Anyway. Thank you for hanging out. This is another news. Oh, wait. Actually, do watch this. Here's one of the reasons you fear Mike Tyson. Y'all, I love darts. I love playing darts. Darts, too much fun. You want to play darts? Let me know. Love playing darts. I'm not great. I just have fun with it. I think it's so much fun. Queen Bee and actually have dart jerseys. They're awful. It's hilarious. Here's Mike Tyson, blindfolded. On some podcast where they sit at a bar or something like that, but they blindfold Mike Tyson. And this guy is dialed in. Watch this. This is crazy.
You hit the board. That doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, you hit the board. That literally does. You're blindfolded, dude. Nobody hits the board when you're freaking blindfolded. Nobody.
You're doing well.
Doing well. Good job, Mike.
Oh,
yeah.
my.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah. Blindfolded. Blindfolded Mike Tyson.
Did everybody see that?
Yeah, we got one more. Bud.
Okay, last one.
Here you go. Robin Hood. Yo, come on. Come on. If Tyson's career's over tonight, Tyson's on my team on the Dart League. Tyson is on my team. But what that speaks to is Tyson's precision in targeting. Like he knows exactly where his fists will land. He knows exactly how to release. There's a lot of correlations there. A lot of correlations. All right. My brother was born in Kittery, Maine. Me, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. All right. So that's why, yeah, I have no idea where. I have no idea where in Maine. But if your brother's there and wants a solid piece of tattoo, man, let me tell you, look up Will Payne. I'm telling you, it's the way to go. This keeps getting better by the minute. I have a lot to share with you today. Yesterday we did discuss, or I did mention, that I was going to help you out. Oh, yeah. Do you know why he hit foul shots with his eyes closed? It's a good question. He did hit a foul shot with his eyes closed. I believe it was, I want to say it was Alonzo Mourning or Dikembe Mutombo. That was just, I forget what it was. That was just Mike being Mike. Mike is one of the most petty dudes in the planet. He really is. One of the most competitive, trash-talking, petty people you'll ever meet in your life. And I mean that on the court. Like, I'm going to make a point to prove to you that I'm just better than you. And then he looked over at him, closed his eyes, and threw it up there and hit it. One of the things that was pretty cool, a story that I heard, was, I don't know if you remember that Jordan was number 23. I mean, the iconic number 23. He changed to 45. Remember, he changed after his dad died. The whole story behind that, don't even get me started. Changed to 45. When you change your number in the league, that's a big deal. So he changed his number to 45. I believe it was, I want to say, it wasn't Penny Hardaway. It might have been Gary Payton or something like that. After Jordan missed a shot, he rebounded, ran by him, and said these words. Said 45 sure as hell ain't 23. And then he went and dunked on Jordan. This was during this, I believe this was during the playoffs of the final. I think it was during the playoffs. Next game, Jordan wears his warm-ups until they're at the circle ready to go for the jump ball. Pulls off his warm-ups, and he's got 23 on. and he's staring at the guy, just staring at him. Jordan has a hell of a game. At the end of the game, the last moments of the game, Jordan has 2 free throws. Jordan hits the first free throw and misses the second intentionally. Just tosses it up there, just clank, and did that intentionally. He looked at the guy, I forget, let's call it Gary Payton, whoever it was, looks at him, and then looks up at the scoreboard. Jordan had 45 points. That is like God tier trolling. That is as trolling as you could possibly be. I just scored 45 points on you, and I'm wearing 23. Jordan was fined $200,000 each game that he kept the 23 number on. He didn't care. Literally was fined every single game. Didn't care. Just that guy made that comment, and that's the way it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mike, we're talking about the GOAT, which is Mike Tyson. And anyone if you start talking about Mayweather being the GOAT, you and I are going to have some really, really tough times. I remember, Mike, the brawl in Montreal, Leonard Duran. Yeah, 10 rows up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, I'd love that. I don't care if they're just whatever fights. I would love to, especially here in the Valley, I'd love to get some ringside seats one time. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, the NBA trash talk, the old schoolers. Oh, here we go. For NBA trash talk, the old schoolers name drop Bird, the best trash talker, and could back it up. Jordan, the stories. Yeah, here's the deal. Bird quite literally is the biggest trash talker in the NBA. Trash talker. He would yell at coaches, yell at opposing coaches, saying, "You're disrespecting me. You're disrespecting me," because they put a white guy on him. I'm not kidding. Larry Bird will say this. They put a white guy on there. He disrespected me. Go, white guy. Go guard that white guy. I'm not kidding. That sounds racist, but it's not. Oh, Bird was just something else. Bird, he just pointed to the floor. I'm shooting from right here. Just drop it. Man. Tell you, back it up. People talk about LeBron's the GOAT. LeBron's the biggest knucklehead there is. Oh, Sugar Ray's hands were the fastest there. I mean, just unbelievable fast. Anyway, all right, let's get to in other news. This is getting more fun by the day. I am excited to follow, and if you follow on X, there's a Doge. There's now a Doge, a Department of Government Efficiency handle on X, and it's Elon in Vivek, and it is literally trolling now, and it's fantastic. So the first post that they made, the first post was about Nancy Pelosi, and Nancy Pelosi, and this is what she did start. I'm not kidding. This won't surprise anyone. A house liquor store. The House of Representatives of the United States of America has a liquor store, and they have these whatever cards that they can use as basically taxpayer funded as part of their stipend, essentially, for having an office and doing all that, going about town. They can use this. This is tax dollars you can use at the store. They said that's the first thing we're closing, and I believe the post was, and it's had to have been from Elon. He said Nancy Pelosi can get drunk on her own dime. It's true. Yeah. So very excited about that. The more and more I see this, the happier I get. And what I see, the quite literal freak out that I'm seeing on the other side right now, it means that the right people are being selected. And I'm not talking about the other side as far as voters. We're not talking about voters here. I'm done with that whole thing. Fine, there's voters that freaked out, both sides, both times, both elections, whatever. When it comes down to these slimy swampies, when you see Republicans and Democrats hating a nominee, that's the right nominee. That is the right nominee. The majority of DC slime balls haven't thought about America in a hot minute. They've thought about themselves. They've thought about their cause. Maybe even their district. Okay, I might give some of them their district, and maybe a tiny sliver of the 500 we have, 535 we have, actually care about the country. You're not hearing anything from those people. But you're hearing of the people that are quite literally scared that the system is going to be changed, because it's going to be. The system will be changed. If there's a legacy of a Trump presidency, it is going to simply be outlandish quotes on Twitter and fundamentally changing the country back to before these swampies started expanding everything. Food is going to look a little different after this administration. Pharmaceutical industry is going to look a little different after this administration. I don't know if you guys saw what happened to Moderna and Pfizer stock yesterday. Dropped. Because they know it's coming up. Then I see headlines like FDA scientists. Oh, no, what was it? DOJ attorneys threaten to quit if Gates is confirmed. It's already working. Just on a suggestion. Here, I want to nominate this guy. Already people quitting. Cool. But it's not going to happen. It's the same as they're either going to get fired. Nobody's going to leave on their own. Nobody walks away from that gig. The only thing the swampy DC slappies can do is sit and hope they fly under the radar. Hope their name isn't on the list. That's it. Nobody's going to walk away from the gravy train like that. No one is. Yes. This is the pendulum swing we needed. I agree with that, Robert. I really do. In Lynn, yes, it is going to be make America healthy again. And I hope. When you think about it, you look at what we're about to chat about here, and you'll see why they're freaking out. The crap that they have been spending on $700,000 to see why primates throw feces, because it's what they have to throw, and it's an insult. That's why they throw feces. I'm not a scientist. Give me my $700,000. I'll do it for half. Give me $350. Jeez. The amount of let's actually go to it here. I have the what do we call this here? It's the Festivus. That's right, Festivus for the rest of us. How about in 2023? You ready for this stat, guys? $236 million in improper federal payments. Oh, did I say that wrong? I did say that wrong. Ready for this? $236 billion. $250 billion in fraudulent payments. Oops, we screwed up. Remember when they said, "Oh yeah, we sent an extra $6 billion to Ukraine." Dang it! Yeah, how'd that slip by? All of this is going bye-bye. All of this. They had mouse or gerbil fights on steroids. Basically, they said cockfighting rings for mice, and they juiced them up with steroids, and they watched them fight. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Millions, actually. And a lot of this is NIH. Remember Fauci's thing with the beagles? Yeah. You thought that was bad. That was actually the worst of the worst. But still with beagles. What the hell's with beagles? Maybe a beagle bit him as a kid. But they wanted to see how beagles act on Coke. Not Coca-Cola. Cocaine. This is all going bye-bye. And you already know. You know what the headline's going to be. Jobs. Elon Musk, billionaire Elon Musk, who could pay them each $50 handsome salary a year, fires people of their livelihoods. Yeah. It's time for the government to start working in the real world, and I think this is what it is. Look, is all of it going to be gone? No. We're not taking a brisket and cutting it down to a petite fillet. We're just trimming the fat, and there's a lot of fat on this sucker. And it'll get rendered down, if we're going to use that analogy, rendered down into the private sector, and they're going to get good jobs, and they'll be fine. Everyone's going to be fine. But anyone, especially on the left, that tells me, "Oh, look at all the jobs that they're firing all these people," I'll just point to COVID stats. Here's what Elon and Donald are not doing, and Vivek, are not doing. They're not shutting down mom and pop shops. They're not shutting down small businesses and making them jump through this red tape that there's no way they're going to survive unless they're a celebrity. It's absolutely blinding how many celebrities are just getting government cheddar. There was a Save the Stage Act or something like that, some bill that passed with hundreds of millions of dollars. 10 million with Springsteen, 10 million went to Smashing Pumpkins, 10 million went to Post Malone, because they basically have made themselves, their business, as a theater, essentially. So all this money to save theaters and to save production companies and stage companies in all of that type of industry, giant chunk of it went to celebrities that didn't even need it. Millions. That's going away. It's just time to return to a little bit of, okay, if we give you if you steal $4.5 trillion a year in taxes from us, we would like you to spend around $4.5 trillion. Hopefully we get a little bit of change. The only way this gets fixed. You want to save Social Security, you want to save Medicare, that's how you do it. Get rid of the spending. And again, I told you, I disagree with my friend David Schweikert, Congressman Schweikert, who won, God bless him. I don't agree with, people say, oh, cut foreign spending. He has a great voice like that. Cut foreign spending. Just give it all the country to the money to all these other countries. And he said, nah, it's just a tip. That's just a little small slice of it. Okay. We need that small slice to have the entire pie back. Yes, we need that. Do we need to study the flow rate of ketchup? Kittens on treadmills? No, we don't. We don't. So Festivus here in, let's see, federal payments. How about this? Gambling monkeys. The late Senator Tom Coburn published an annual waste book exposing, among other waste, a 171,000 National Science Foundation study making monkeys gamble. Gambling monkeys. We needed, the more we know about gambling monkeys, the better. $3.8 million in NIH funds went to studying COVID-19 misinformation on social media in Black and rural communities. $3.8 million to do that. Oh, here it is. This is the backstage ticket to backstage act, or what is it? Yeah, through the Small Business Administration. Let me see what we got here. All right, let me see these acts that got part of this money. $200 million for the program went to these guys. Ready? Post Malone, $10 million. Common got $2.8 million. Korn, the band Korn got $5.3 million. Chris Brown, $10 million. Vampire Weekend, $8.3 million. Lil Wayne, $8.9 million. Yeah. Slipknot got $9.7 million. Melissa Etheridge, $3.9 million. Usher, $3.1 million. Nickelback, $2 million. Smashing Pumpkins, $8.6 million. And I don't know, Father John, who that is, 1.7. Yeah. Leanne Rimes got $2 million this month. And I don't know who Becky G is. No. There you go. Ticket to the backstage right there. I like I like the gambling monkeys thing. $400 million. By the way, do you, when you register to vote, or when you vote by mail, you know that little box that says you want to give $3 to the presidential campaigns. You want to give $3. By the way, Kamala is still trying to raise money to pay off the $20 million that she went over the $1 billion. So anyway, that little $3, you check $3. No presidents use that. There's literally $400 million sitting in those coffers. $400 million. 400,600,000 to be exact. Oh, giving monkeys meth. You got to give that. Yes. National NIH. University of Mississippi Medical Center gave lab monkeys meth in the morning and tracked the monkeys' sleep habits through implanted wire leads running, I don't even know what that word is, from the head incision to the eye orbit, exciting the eye orbit from underneath. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay. Well, just a few bazillion dollars for that one as well. You also went through graphic novels for COVID disinformation. That was a few $100 million. And yeah, each of them was $68 million. There was 4 of them. How to ruin millions of dollars in military equipment. How about $12.6 million worth of transmissions that were stored improperly and are now useless? Guys, this list goes on and on and on. On and on. The Department of Defense has a lobster tank. I'm not kidding. Why the hell you need a lobster tank in there? $9,000. And that's just to get the thing going. This is blinding. I can't. Dr. Fauci's transgender monkey study, transgender monkeys, 477,000. This all goes away. Just total this up, and we're starting to chisel away at our national debt. I'm sorry, our deficit. But unfortunately, it was the play has already been used. Let's put it that way. The play has been used by Barack Obama started this. And then because remember, he repealed the Smith-Mundt Act so he can say these things. He can say he cut the deficit in half. So what he did was he doubled the deficit, cut that by 50%, said he cut the deficit in half. You can lie all you want. Biden did the same thing. Wait till you see what happens to the stock market when the actual numbers from the Biden administration are released. We have been in a recession for 2 years. It's been held up by like $50 billion in something. Oh, it's absolutely horrid. That's right. See, Holmes got this down right here. All right. Sharks with freaking laser beams on their forehead. I believe every animal's entitled to a warm meal. Oh, best line I think from Austin Powers, most underrated line from Austin when the fembots come out and they're shooting bullets out of their breastises, and he says, "I love to see women of that caliber." He said, "Both by caliber, I mean both the quality of the character and the size of their gun barrels, both meaning caliber. It's a homonym." That was actually Mike Myers' impression of Lorne Michaels, the founder of Saturday Night Live. That was his impression. Dr. Evil is his impression. You listen to Lorne Michaels in an interview, sounds just like. Where's PETA? PETA's on the take from the government. That's where they are. Tell you that much. But now here's what's happening. This is totally crazy, y'all. They're forming what we say like the shadow government. And if anybody said we're forming a shadow government 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you would be a conspiracy theorist and you would be probably blackballed. They're not hiding it anymore. The Democrats on the floor yesterday decided to say, if nominated, we're going to counter any nomination you have and go against the will of the people like this. And by the way, it says shadow government or shadow cabinet. Look at this.
Attempts to weaponize the justice system against his political opponents with Matt Gaetz at the helm. We could see.
Okay, by the way, that's not his political opponents. Anyone that like Fauci. So when Fauci needs to get put up on trial, period. Fauci needs to go on trial, as does Director Wray. They have to go on trial. They do. Lloyd Austin, Milley, they have to. Those aren't political opponents. Those are people that screwed our country and we the people over. Not Donald Trump. Please understand this before we get back to this bozo. The people that are going to be got in this are people that have screwed you and I over. That's it. Not Donald Trump. He has screwed Donald Trump over. Donald Trump, fine. He lives in Mar-a-Lago. He's okay. He's got his own jet, Trump Force One. He has several jets. He has several properties. Donald Trump is the guy. There's nothing really they can do to Donald Trump. And by the way, he's shown that there's really nothing you can get him on. Like Teflon Don all of a sudden. Well, it's all a bunch of nonsense anyway. The witch hunt is very accurate in saying that. But what I'm saying is he's going after people that harmed us, not him. Just keep that in mind. They're fine. He doesn't care what 91 indictments. Who cares? He's getting his money back. He's good. He's fine. Letitia James writing a fat check to that guy. All right, let's get back to it here. Here we go.
Incoming Senator Adam Schiff is our shadow attorney general, arguing against replacing our independent prosecutors with Trump loyalists. If Trump seeks to eliminate the Department of Education.
And by the way, it's probably been, 6 administrations since a president has appointed an independent judge. Please just stop.
Congresswoman Johanna Hayes, a former Teacher of the Year, could step up as Shadow Education Secretary to loudly defend public education in the United States. If Trump
Yeah, because we want to get rid of public education. These guys are idiots.
orders Marco Rubio to hand Ukraine and much of Eastern Europe to Russian President Vladimir Putin,
What?
Congressman Greg Meeks, as Shadow Secretary of State, could be a strong voice in support of maintaining international relationships and
With dictator tots. Yeah.
protecting democracy.
Democracy
at
at
home.
home. You mean, oh, yeah.
Senator Michael Bennet as Shadow Treasury Secretary, and Congresswoman Susan DelBene as Shadow Commerce Secretary
This is my favorite.
could help ensure
Watch
the
this.
middle class and small businesses have a voice in government.
That's right, because Republicans and the Trump administration wants business to not have a voice in government. Shut up.
And call out Trump's proposed tax cuts for billionaires and corporations.
I hope. You know something, by the way? Watch this. Get rid of the tax cuts for the billionaires. Just do that alone. Just get rid of that. God, I would love to rub their nose in that. I would really love to rub their nose in that. Do you know what hurts the most? Nope, not just their employees. No, what hurts the most? Opportunity zones. Inner cities that have been underserved by our governance, have been ignored, have been used. That's what the tax break for the billionaires is for them to invest in places that no one else is investing in. Morons. Go ahead and take that away and see how it works out for everybody.
As Shadow Defense Secretary, Congressman Adam Smith, a great representative for the people of Washington and not a Fox News host, could counter Trump's threat to use military force against his political opponents and work to ensure that the Department of Defense stays loyal to the Constitution and not some wannabe dictator.
Or not some, I'm not getting into DEI today. Forget it.
And Senator Tammy Duckworth could argue against cuts to the Department of Veterans Affairs that would delay the benefits and care our service members have so rightly earned.
Exactly. That's what the Trump administration, the Republican Party are all about, right? Yeah, we hate the VA, right? We hate veterans. We want them to have delayed care. Are you bleeping kidding me? This is the most childish crap ever. This is the most childish crap ever. And the more childish they get, the more we know these are actually the right picks. We're actually going on this one. This one's solid. Former head of the CIA just came out and said, yeah, Tulsi's the right pick for that. Yeah. She is the perfect pick. I mean, here's the problem with Matt Gaetz. I'm going to say this very honestly because I met him. Not the most sympathetic dude. He gets very swarmy and the head bouncy thing. And he's got to tamp it down a little bit. He's got to button it up. He's got to project a aura of professionalism and not gotchaism. Once he does that, there's nothing the other side can do. Nothing. Yeah. Oh, did somebody say chutzpah? Oy. Get really nasty. Say oy gavalt. The chutzpah, just the blindness that they realize the country just voted. Yeah. Basically, that will the people be damned. Who cares? Oh, absolutely crazy. Toddlers arguing in a sandbox. I would give toddlers arguing in a sandbox better odds at just working it out than Washington, D.C. I mean, don't you agree with that? Toddlers can work things out better than Washington, D.C. Because they're going to come to a conclusion and somebody's either going to take off with the ball or they're going to figure out how they can play with the ball. That's what toddlers do. Idiots like this they forget their job. Oh, it's killing me. Let's see the freak out du jour by Jen Kondasaki. Oh, are you ready for this? It, of course, is misinformation.
Things that's changed even since I got involved in politics is just the rise of the percentage of people who get their information off of platforms that have no fact-checking mechanism and no accountability for having disinformation spread, right?
Okay, well, the X is definitely not one of those because they have. I'm telling you, they have X has a wonderful. Even Elon will say this. He'll like group, whatever they call them, community standards. They go check this out, please. See if this is right. Yeah, they do.
Right.
And as you know well, and I mean, when I got started in Democratic politics, you know, most of it was like local TV ads. That was what it was about. Obviously, national TV, local print. Those local TV is held to a higher standard of accountability than social media
No, they're not.
platforms in
No,
terms
they're not.
of having accurate information.
What she meant to say right there is government controlled. Because FCC controls what they can and cannot say. So government control is what she's talking about. So these other things don't have government control. If government can't control them, they cannot be trusted
On their platforms. That is crazy. And so it is, how does it change? How are people held to account? Laws have to change.
I want to ask you about one thing that's gotten some attention this week from the book, which was a story you told about President Biden looking at his watch after caskets had come back from Afghanistan. The story was not told completely accurately, which you've acknowledged. I know some of the folks, including some of the families of those soldiers.
Okay, I don't know where they're going. I'm done with this. Okay. She's like, yep, he sure did look at his watch. Screw you. That's exactly what she said. Yeah, he did look at his watch. Yeah, who cares? It's like that was his administration's. What is it? Why does it even matter? Like Hillary Clinton said about Benghazi. Why does it even matter? Who cares? People died. People die all the time. Trust me, Clinton knows. People die all the time. Hey, before we wrap it up, I want to I want to talk about something I committed to you that I would find. Because we're talking about government waste, government spending. We're talking about how much we lost in COVID and the more than just lives and in livelihoods. I want to talk about the overflow hospitals, the emergency overflow centers that were built adjacent to these hospitals that they said were just, they ran out of body bags. Oh, the stench, it's just awful. All lies. But I want to get this to you. Here we go. I absolutely love this list. It's one of my favorite lists. This is from NPR. So I have a cited source. NPR, by the way, is going bye-bye with Doge. All right. SUNY Stony Brook Hospital. The contractor was Turner Construction. Turner Construction. Total cost of the overflow was $155 million to build the overflow center. The maximum number of beds under contract was 1,038. Total patients. Can anyone guess how many patients? Anyone? 0. $155 million to build it. 0 patients. Old Westbury, right up the road from that hospital. $118 million contract. 1,022 beds. 0. McCormick Place in Chicago, $85 million, 3,000 beds. How about that, by the way? So why is Stony Brook $155 million for 1,000 beds? Chicago's $85 million for 3,000 beds. Anyway, how many patients did they see? Survey set 37. Yeah, solid numbers. So let me get down to actual. There was the Javits Center in New York. They basically made a makeshift hospital in the Javits Center. $11 million to make that. 1,900 beds. They actually had 1,000 people in service there. That's the highest. The second highest is 39. Next highest is 37. The total, I don't even have the total on this. I should have gotten the total, but I mean, I'll just kind of blast through a couple of these things. Bill, these 155 million, 118 million, 65 million, 85 million, 46 million, 34 million, 31 million, 26 million, 25 million, 18 million, 16 million, 14 million, 14 million, 13 million, 11 million, 11 million, 10 million, 9 million. Not one of them, not one was built in a red state. Not one. What they did is going to be investigated, and it is going to be glorious. I want Abbey Gate investigated. I want all of Afghanistan withdrawal investigated. I want that investigated. I want all of COVID. California bullet train. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that and the California homeless, what some $26 billion gone, still homeless. Yeah, in Ion Go lunch outing or whatever. Let's make that happen. Rhonda, you know how good I am at returning emails, but just keep on me, okay? And then I'll send you my personal email, whatever it is, and we just check that. As some people say, it drives me. One of my biggest pet peeves, guys. This is it. Okay, we're gonna wrap the week with this. I want you to type in your biggest pet peeve, like a saying or a word that is your biggest pet peeve. Not what people do. A saying or a word that's one of your biggest pet peeves. For me, it's on the daily. Oh, that drives me nuts. Queen Bee knows it and uses it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you guys? Been voluntold by Grizz that this is my job now. Yeah, that's what I heard. It is what it is. Yeah, Mike, that's yours. Biggest pet peeve of saying is it is what it is. You know, one thing I hear a lot of people say it, and they try to say it in a way like, hey, it's my bad. Robert is like, my bad. Oh, that's right. You're gonna go Al Gore on me with that one, Holmes. Check that. We're gonna put it in a lockbox. Jeez Louise. Oh, axed. Axed. Oh, as far as asked, not that guy got axed. No, okay. I have a very inappropriate joke that goes along with that one. Circle back. Mm-hmm. Oh, where's that? Oh, Greg, yes. Where's that? I always get that with the new dog. Do he bite? What? Did you say do he bite? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When people overuse in presentations and general communications that a former COO did. Oh, man, it's tough. Yeah, that is tough. It's those filler words. Those filler words are tough. I have a few. It's tough. Maybe mine is, it's tough. Literally. Overuse of the word literally is figuratively driving me insane. Use that one, Michael. I'm telling you. Overuse of the word literally is figuratively driving me insane. How about this? I'm starving. Oh, if I squashed that so early on in my kid's life. Do not tell your dad you're starving. You're not starving. Holy cow. Like is a filler word. Let me ask you a question. Exactly. Yeah. Pet peeves. One of the funniest answers to that, someone asked Jerry Seinfeld. They said, what's your biggest pet peeve? He goes, people that use the word pet peeve. Let me be honest. I love it. You know what one for me is, drink the Kool-Aid, drink the punch, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's alluding to the biggest mass suicide in global history. Yeah, drink the punch. Listen to the audio of Jonestown and then use that expression ever again. I'm telling you. Truman wins. We're ending it. We're ending it right there. His biggest pet peeve. You really did. And we're ending it on that. I love you guys. You are fantastic. You're my favorite humans in the planet. I appreciate it. Grizz in your casserole. Okay. All right. I see what Grizz got there. All right. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Hold on. Times I'm driving around. Adults who say they can't swim. I don't even know where you're going with that one, Brendan. Oh my gosh, that is it. I can't. Yes, that's the win of the day. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for playing. Please like this, share it out, and get over to YouTube, Rhonda's Random Thoughts, and check out her 8-part series on an amazing story in American history. So please check it out. It has to do with the assassination of Lincoln and the female that was put to death for her involvement in that. So pretty rad. So go ahead and check that out. I'll be doing the same, and we will see you on Monday at noon right here on In Other News. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for